tomorrow night.
Is that normal travel schedule? Leave on
Uh,
Tuesday?
what do you mean? As in?
Time wise, like the spacing before, because a lot of guys, a lot of fighters. I say guys, but I mean men and women too. But a lot of the fighters leave for a Friday fight, would leave either Sunday night or Monday to go to get. It's not that far of a time change, but like to go get acclimated to the area and the casino and all that stuff. But you don't leave until
Yeah.
Tuesday to fight and get there.
I usually leave the week of. Like I try to get there for 4 to 5 days the most, so
Okay.
I can get the weight and all that stuff going. But no more than that usually.
How is your weight right now? Is it good?
It's been better, but
Oh.
I've been concentrating so much on training that the weight, it's just I've been able to put more muscle on my leg ever since the surgery.
Good.
So it's gonna be a little harder to take off now. So, but
All right.
I'll get there.
What's your ultimate goal? You fight Friday. You want to make weight Thursday morning, obviously Thursday afternoon. What is your ultimate goal to be weight wise when you wake up? You want to be 3 or 4 over? You want to be on weight? What's your goal Thursday morning?
Thursday morning, no more than 3. If it's no more than 3, then it's a little struggle. But if it's more than that, then it's gonna suck for me.
Well, let's be honest. Cutting weight is never fun, no matter how much it is. But
Yeah.
everyone's got their own pattern, their own rhythm. What's your style of cutting weight the day of? Like, how do you get the last few pounds off?
I usually we don't do anything the day before, so I rest my body as much as I possibly can. I wake up, have a very small meal. I usually cut the water the day before weigh-ins around 12 noon. So I had been drinking 2 gallons of water up until that point. So by the time I wake up the next morning, hopefully I'll only be 3 pounds, and just sauna suit, Abilene, and get on the treadmill. I try to stay away from the sauna. The sauna doesn't agree with me too much.
Okay.
So I just try to walk it all off.
Randy Couture and I were talking about cutting weight and how people cut weight. He and I cut weight completely different, 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. I'm a sauna suit, sit in a sauna for 20 minutes, warm up, get moving, and then go in and out of the sauna for an hour and a half to cut my weight off. He's a guy that gets completely dressed and then goes on a treadmill and walks it off. And everybody's got to have their own style. You do the same way that Randy does. You go walk it off. Everyone has their own way. I think I get really tired. My legs get tired if I try to walk it off. Like I fall apart. So it's just.
Well, I mean, that's usually the way it starts. So if I can't walk anymore, if I had it, I jump into the sauna. But that's usually my last option. I mean, there's a lot of people that have done like the bats. That actually, I've tried that one. It's a while ago. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. There it is. It cut out just for half a second. So, but there, it's difficult. Cutting weight for anybody at any level is a difficult task, especially during the holiday season. And I talked to your husband George yesterday, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like we just got in for Easter. Her family just got over here. Like it's gonna be a big deal." How are you balancing, your family life with fighting life? Not your relationship with George. That's we covered that before. But like with the rest of your family, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, like all that, when it's time for like Easter Sunday, like it was yesterday.
They're all pretty understanding. Like the meals they cook here weren't they weren't as bad as they usually are. So they kind of work with me in that sense, and they've been around it long enough to know my moods and the way that I am. But I'm not nearly as bad as I was when I was cutting to 15. So.
Right.
Other than that, it's just nice to have them around. Even if I can't eat everything that I want to, but just to be here, it's nice for me.
Good. It's relaxing. Gives you a quick little relaxation, like the eye of the storm before you got to go and rip somebody's head off. Well, let's break down your opponent here. Are you a film watcher? Do you like to sit around and watch a lot of film on your opponents and know what they're doing and how they're going to react and that? Or are you someone that just kind of lets your coaches handle everything?
I let my coaches handle everything in that sense. I'll watch like 1 or 2 in the very beginning of my camp, and then after that I just go with whatever my coaches say and train my ass off to just be ready for pretty much anything.
Well, you're getting ready to fight Jennifer Maya. How did your coaching staff break her down to you and tell her what she was going to be doing?
She's I don't want to say it the way the way they put it, but they're pretty much saying that she's like a robot, you know.
Okay.
Not really any angles. She's a judo box girl, so she's just gonna, you know, not really any straight punches from what they saw. So if I stick to my technical game and keep her away, even if we're in close, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with her too much. But I'm pretty sure, I hope she's trained her best to fight the best that she's ever been. So I'm gonna be prepared for anything. But the type of fighter that she is doesn't match well with the type of fighter that I am.
Right.
From what my coaches have been, explaining to me and going over, it's not going to be a fun night if she fights the way that she's been fighting.
Yeah, I kind of look at this. I see it the exact same way that your coaches do. She is very robotic, and she's very old school shoot the box. Hooking punch is going to come forward, going straight into it. Are you going to be able to take advantage, you think, of your angle game to pepper her from the sides?
We'll see. Yeah, I definitely believe so. If not, it just anywhere else. After that last loss and after injury and after everything that I've been through, I think I've come a long ways when it comes to the ground, to wrestling, to jiu-jitsu. Every part of my game. I came all the way out here in California to work with my very first Muay Thai coach, just to get me in the shape that I started with, and the confidence that I needed in my striking. I came out here to get back with him to work with that. George ended up coming back out here, and it's been an amazing camp.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on here to MMA Oddsbreaker. I know you've got a busy day trying to get your stuff together before you leave tomorrow.